are not necessary. Freedom March is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without the express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2017. All rights are reserved.
The role of a woman in the society is to submit. Birth control are the pills of the devil. Education is so fundamental to the development of a people. Hang murderers. Simple as that. What am I voting for? Voting will change nothing.
Tout le monde haïtien, como ye. God save the Queen.
Good afternoon, everybody. I miss you. It feels like a long holiday. Goodness me. But praise the Lord that despite the fact that I have some personal problems, I give God thanks that I was able to get up and here I am. And I give God thanks that my spiritual advisor, Bradley Roll, is here. Bradley, how are you?
I'm good, Mr. Monica, I'm good.
Broadcasting live on ILTV here in Nassau, Bahamas. Welcome to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monica. I'm a Justice of the Peace here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. And of course, everybody ought to know it by now. I'm a member of the local Catholic Christian community. My spiritual advisor, Bradley Roll, is in the house. Bradley, what Christian community do you belong to?
Well, I'm a member of the Church of Christ, and we identify ourselves as Christians, like the Bible teaches we ought to. In Acts chapter 11,
yes,
for the record,
yes,
this is very important, Mr. Monica.
Go ahead, my spiritual
Here comes
advisor.
your biblical lesson, something I'm going to do for you every day.
Oh, hallelujah.
Just one thing out of the Bible every day amounts to a lot after 365 days, right? Or for whatever days you're in the show. In Acts 11 and 26, the Bible says the disciples were first called Christians in Antioch. And this is what the Church of Christ does. We identify ourselves as Christians and Christians only. Acts 11 and verse 26.
I thank you, my spiritual advisor.
Absolutely.
Well, folks, it's been an exciting weekend. The Governing Free National Movement, they celebrated their 25th anniversary. In fact, they were celebrating the FNM's 1992 victory. They went to church, they had a wonderful service, and it is my prayer that the priests who preached to them may have touched their hearts and that they will now turn away from some of their wicked ways. All of them are not wicked, but from some of their wicked ways. And then at the end of the church service, the party and the government combined and they marched along Wolf Road east to the party headquarters on Marquis Street and praise the Lord for Algernon Allen and Mother Pratt that they implemented the former Prime Minister Perry Christie's policy in urban renewal. Without the urban renewal ban, I shudder to think how the FNM would have made out. But thank God for a progressive PLP policy of introducing the urban renewal ban to the inner cities. And in last desperation, the FNM, who don't seem to believe in urban renewal, had to resort to the urban renewal ban. And thank God for urban renewal because thousands of FNM stayed home. What time is it?
It's the people's time.
What time is it?
It's the people's time.
But the people boycotted. Boycotted the march. I'll be right back in a few minutes after the break.
Freedom March with Rodney Monker will be right back after this. This is Freedom March with Rodney Monker.
Welcome back to Freedom March, broadcasting live on ILTV here in Nassau, Bahamas. My name is Rodney Monker, and my spiritual advisor, Bradley Roll, is in the house with us. Bradley, to the Haitian people, sac passe.
Napoule.
Ou parle Creole bonbon.
Oh, Navgade, eh?
Okay. Well, at the top of our show, there is breaking news taking place. The Negro American manager of BPL, that's BEC, Pamela Hill, was booted. She was fired. I knew from last week she was in trouble, but I was reluctant to run on, and principally because the controversy involving Sister Foulkes Green is complex, because she is the sister of Senior Justice Bernard Turner. That's one. She's also the first cousin of the Minister of Labor. That's Dion Foulkes. Just in case BPL Union doesn't understand it. And so I was reluctant to touch it, because, you know, I is F&M, and the F&M is carrying on a lot of skullduggery. You see, when I come back, after the spiritual advisor would have read or say a little prayer, I will tell you that Pamela Hill was very displeased when Justice Bernard Turner's sister returned to BPL. She was displeased. But she now recognized the political power of special interests. They ain't listening to her. She wanted the judge's sister to get fired. But that wasn't going to happen. So instead of firing the judge's sister, they fire her. Man is powerful. The F&M. They fire her. They got Sister Osborne, and then they got another judge husband, Senior Justice Carolita Bettel. Her husband, Ferron, is on this board. And when I discover that Ferron is on the board, I knew it was only a matter of time before Pamela go. So Pamela's gone, and I'm certain she has enough information to complain to the United States government. What time is it?
It's the people's time.
What time is it?
It's the people's time.
And who's the people? The people
The Bahamian people.
is Foulkes Green. She's the CFO. What CFO mean, my spiritual advisor? Chief.
It should be Chief Financial
She's
Officer.
the Chief Financial Officer.
Yeah.
And the F&M ain't gonna sacrifice her. Because let me tell you something, man. She's a good F&M. She know how to campaign and so forth. And then Sister Osborne. She is a good F&M. And she know how to make sure that the party policy is carried out. So I'll go to the Tribune website. And the reason why I'm going to the Tribune website is the Tribune will never knowingly lie on the F&M. So breaking news happening right now. Bahamas Power and Light CEO Pamela Hill has been terminated, the Tribune has learned. A high-ranking executive at the corporation confirmed that Mrs. Hill was given notice of her termination with immediate effect. The announcement comes less than a week after the company fired 3 junior employees in connection with a more than $2 million fraud scheme uncovered earlier this year. The scheme, which involved approximately 44 checks paid out to 16 vendors from December 16, 2016 to May 9, 2017, prompted a wide-ranging audit by Ernst & Young of the electricity provider. Hill was named Chief executive officer in May 2016. She replaced Jeff Wallace, who resigned citing personal reasons, weeks after the government finalized its deal with BPL's parent company, Power Secure. So that is what the breaking news is. Pamela Hill, the American Negro manager, has struck a wall of gangsterism. And she will understand, like we are understanding, that in this country, there is gangsterism permeating the whole society. And these days, it's the gangsters you love. So that is what is going on. And Pamela can't expect for the FNM to just come to power and choose folks' grain, choose her over folks' grain. Can't happen. That's the Minister of Labor for his cousin. You hear me? That's the former immediate Governor General of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, Sir Arthur Folkes' niece-in-law. She is the sister of Senior Justice Bernard Turner. So you see, there's a special interest. And that is why it's the people's time. My spiritual advisor, so that I may be possessed by wisdom, because I got a lot of things to say. Because I'm seeing things and I'm hearing things, and these things, the people them need to know.
Yeah, but whatever you're about to say on the show, Mr. Montco,
yes, my spiritual advisor.
just make sure that you say it truthfully, honestly. This is what the people looking for.
This is what we should give to the people,
truthfully
my spiritual advisor.
and honestly.
Yes, indeed.
That's very important.
Very important.
All right.
Will you say a prayer?
Let's pray. Our Father, our gracious Father who exists in the heavens, we are so thankful to you for another day. Father, we thank you for bringing us safe throughout the weekend, and we hope that you continue to keep us safe throughout this week, Father. And for this show, Freedom March, we pray that you would guide Mr. Montco's thoughts and guide his speech. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen. My spiritual advisor, it was a wonderful prayer, and I thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, today is Monday, the 21st of August, 2017. Today is the birthday of Prime Minister Perry Gladstone Christie. He was born on the 21st of August, 1943. He's 74 years old. Sharing his birthday is a Negro baby girl, and her name is Sheree Demerit. And it's her birthday, and her grandmother, Mama sends out that birthday. So, Prime Minister Perry Christie, I raise my glass and wish you a happy, happy birthday. And, like I said to the former Prime Minister, Hubert Ingram, Papa, send me a piece of cake. And I ain't get the cake yet. So, Christie, I could use me a little bit of cake. So, happy birthday. And to the baby girl, Sheree Demerit. Listen, have a wonderful birthday, and never forget that you share birthday with a Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Now, the FNM has been saying that I only saying good things on birthdays to the PLP and Papa, and none to the FNM. So let me wish Crazy Thompson a happy birthday. Crazy was born on the 21st of August.
You pronounced his name right?
Of course. Crazy. Can you spell crazy?
No, spell it.
Crazy, capital K-R-A-Z-Y. Crazy. Is that how it's spelled?
No.
Spell it for me, my spiritual advisor, so that I may learn it.
Spell it for me,
K-W-A-S-I.
Right.
Spell it again?
K-W-A-S-I.
Oh, goodness me.
Quasi. It's Quasi Thompson.
Spell it again?
K-W-A-S-I. That's not right.
That's incorrect.
Why do you do that to
That's
that young
incorrect.
man? How do you spell it?
The name of a person, place, or thing.
Capital K? Yeah, but you're not doing that young man justice,
Spell the name
man.
correctly on Freedom March.
K-W.
Crazy, capital K, K-W-A-S-I.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
I said crazy. Goodness, my spiritual advisor.
Wow, you're something else.
Capital K-W-A-S-I is crazy.
Okay.
I'm 60. All right?
And what school you went to?
I went to C.C. Sweeting. My principal was trained in England. A. Leonard Archer. So, Mr. Christie, happy birthday. And Sister Demerit, happy birthday. And Crazy, happy birthday. For Crazy, Thompson, I wish that he would start reopening urban renewal. But it's powerful. Now, folks, there's something on my mind. A Negro male was charged just the other day. And it is interesting to note that there are many people who believes that he is the godchild of the current Prime Minister, the current Prime Minister. What is the name of the current Prime Minister before I get Mr. Christie in trouble?
Is he honorable?
Yeah.
Okay.
The
Dr. Hubert
Honorable
Minnis. Dr. Hubert Minnis.
Hubert
How
Minnis.
could you forget our Prime Minister's name, man, Mr.
I
Man?
can never forget
What's wrong
his
with
name.
you, man?
I'm 60, and I have a lot of domestic
You
problems.
remember everything else?
Yeah.
Except that.
But I
That's
remember it.
strange, eh?
No. Minnis is my Jack. So, Dr. Minnis' nephew, not nephew, I got it wrong. Dr. Minnis' godchild is the Negro male that we are being advised that was charged. And it is interesting what has taken place. There are some mistakes that the PLP has made. And one of the mistakes that the PLP has made, and I'll give you an example. The other day, I happened to be talking with members of the Security and Intelligence Branch, and they're angry with the PLP because they told me that they provided documentary evidence to Dr. Bernard Nottage, telling him that his then permanent secretary, who's now the permanent secretary to Marvin, were meeting with people who were anti-PLP. They told me that they followed him out east. I can't remember where out east, but they followed him, and they were shocked that in BJ Ministry was a permanent secretary who, based on their investigation, was not faithful and loyal to the government. So I said to them, SIB, what did you do? They said that they informed Dr. Nottage. I said, you all inform him? They said, yes. And I said, what did he do? They said, well, as you can see, the man remained there. And when the election, what was the name of that first election? The advance poll took place. He did his own thing. And the next thing we know, the PLP got a bad name. Remember the advance poll? When it was frustrated, culminating in Sherlin Hall, the then parliamentary commissioner, coming under severe criticism and attack. All right? And so that is what BJ, permanent secretary, did. So we need to ask ourselves. I recognize that our system of government is patterned after Great Britain, where the civil service are not interfered with. And so what is happening is that the PLP has been sabotaged. Now watch out for me. I don't want to call nobody name. And what I'm saying is based on intelligence that was provided to me. So the PLP, not wanting to victimize, all right? I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. Let's look at the PLP Minister of Health. What was the PLP Minister of Health name?
Is that Perry Gomez?
Dr. Perry Gomez. Dr. Perry Gomez recognized that prior to the general election, he was treated poorly by the FNM when the administrator fired him in the parking lot. I know that he's complained to Papa about it. I know that he's complained to Papa over the various problems. So recognizing what he was up against, one of the first things that he did was to remove her as the hospital administrator. And I sided with him. I told other family members, I said, listen, based on what I know she did to him, he was right in not reposing confidence in her. And he moved her. And therefore, there is no evidence of him having been sabotaged. In the Ministry of Finance, before Papa left, there was a big, fat, tall man who was junior to many civil servants. And Papa promoted him as a permanent secretary. You heard me? Say, I know the story. I was F&M. And there are many things and many discussions that I've been involved in, but I don't hardly say anything. But I'm aware. So Papa made him a PS. And he, right, was like a mole. He was like a mole. And we will see. I shall call him, for the purpose of this conversation, Ezekiel. All right? It's a special code that I use when I'm communicating with my people. We are going to see that this F&M, who Christie didn't move, and I've not spoken to the former Prime Minister, but I suspect that what has been happening is Christie recognized that certain civil servants are Papa's men. And him and Papa have this wonderful relationship. So he moved them, right? And you will find that at the end of the day, Ezekiel is responsible for the mess that we are faced with. You hear me? And there are other mistakes that the PLP made, right? One of their problems is they thought I was crazy. I used to say things to them, you know. Sometimes I go on the radio station and I talk to them, and it's like if they couldn't understand. And I, being an F&M, I was not prepared to compromise my source. Can't do that. I can't do it. But when I come back, I will tell you that going forward, as Negroes are charged for corruption, they are the fall guys. There's a bunch of corruption, and the F&M is a part of it. Take that from me. I'm 60. Take it from me, I'm 60. It's gangsterism on display. The Robert got the gun.
Freedom March with Rodney Monker will be right back after this. Views and comments expressed by Rodney Monker, his guests, callers, and advisors on Freedom March are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production unit of ILS, the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without the express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2017. All rights are reserved.
Welcome back to Freedom March, broadcasting live on ILTV here in Nassau, Bahamas. Rodney Monk is my name. Bradley Roll is my spiritual advisor. Bradley, welcome once again to Freedom March.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Monker.
Have I been remaining in the center of the conversation?
Yeah, well, so far.
So far.
So far.
This is powerful. I thank you, my spiritual advisor. I need you to hold on to my shirt.
I need to keep you in line, Mr. Monker.
And make sure I do not go
overboard. Absolutely.
So, I was telling you about the fact that our system of government is such that civil servants, unlike the American system, top people comes in and take over the government as those who held power move out. But in our system, which is a wonderful system, but is a system at times where civil servants manipulate it. Let us not forget that it is the civil servants who are responsible for preparing checks, preparing money orders, and it is general orders and the law, statute, which dictates how civil servants are to act. But in reality, it is the politicians who must take political responsibility. And I was giving you the example where Papa named a tall, big, fat Negro man as a PS. And Papa caused riddle effects. How do I know? Because at the time Papa did it, there were civil servants who complained to me. And I kept that a secret. And I've never said to Papa, listen, this civil servant complained. So what you have here, and you will see, is you are going to find that a lot of the mess that took place, the corruption, is civil servants. Civil servants who are F&M. Take that from me. How I know? I am an F&M. And I'm a member of the society. But it is the PLP who's going to end up with bad name. End up with bad name because the PLP made a mistake. What do I mean by that? If a civil servant is found with a little roach, I'm talking illegal drugs, a little roach. So he has a little roach. Okay, you know, we don't want to destroy people's reputation. Fellow when he's smoking, a little roach. So, you know, the police at times use good discretion and say, okay, it's only a small little roach. I can take this from you, and if I ever catch you smoking dope again, or in possession of dope, we're going to charge you. But for a civil servant to have a grocery bag full of grass, and you can save him? You can save him? Right? And in the government car. That's where the PLP gone wrong. And this wasn't a PLP civil servant. I could understand that in your corrupt practice, you say, oh Lord, it was the PLP. I couldn't let him do that. But it's an F&M. So whatever the judgment is, and then having allowed them to smoke all kind of dope, just have them smoking the dope. Well, what do you think would happen if the fella is smoking bad grass? What is it? What the grasses they smoke?
I have no idea.
Well, my spiritual advisor, where do you live?
I'm not in that area.
Is it Sensimania?
I don't know what it is.
Is it Kushong Ping? All I know is illegal. And therein lies the problem. Because you say you're giving the fellow a chance. I'm prepared to give him a chance if it's one little roach, maybe two little roach. But for you to have a big bag of grass in the government car, we make mistakes. I want to be merciful. And then you had an opportunity to deal with these people, but you let them go. And they got serious drug habit. Well, what you think they can do? They can cook up all kind of scheme to rob the people and then give the PLP bad name. That's what's going on. You see, I have two aunts, two aunties. One is my ma's sister, and one is my pa's sister. And they're all in their 80s. So I can leave my ma's sister alone, because in this society we expect that the woman sister can look out for sister children and give good advice. That's what we expect. Let's deal with the man side of the family. And I'm speaking to you in parable. And let those who have the sense to understand, understand. So I can use my pa sister. Take it from me. My pa sister will never tell me to break any law. You heard me? Say, I leave my ma sister out of it. My pa sister will never tell me to break any law. I wouldn't talk but my pa only brother. That ain't gonna happen. And why am I saying that? Because I know them. And I know the conversation that I've had with them for many, many years. I'm 60 now. And my auntie, my pa sister said, now be careful, eh? I won't say to her bad, but auntie, I'm 60. But I love the flattery to have an auntie who tells me to be careful. Or to have an uncle who tells me to be careful. And my auntie will never make me a fall guy. You know why my auntie can make me a fall guy? Because my auntie ain't no crook. She ain't no crook. My auntie heard me in one controversy, which I will not tell you. And then she called me on my blessed Sunday. I ain't talking about my ma sister now. I'm talking about my pa sister. And you know how you always say, we ain't sure man, children. All kind of nonsense. But my auntie called me, my pa sister. And she said, now listen here. I heard you saying A, B, C. Well, I want you to leave out the C. And I said, okay, auntie. That's the point I'm making. So you're going to find that a bunch of F&Ms have been ripping off the public treasury. You're going to find that. And you're going to find that poor people are being set up as fall guys. Take it from me. Because everybody talks to me. Take that from me. Everybody talks to me. And they tell me things. All right? So this is a wicked, wicked country. And I want the PLP to learn some lessons. That when you find PLP civil servants doing nonsense, fire them. And particularly F&M civil servants. Because y'all can get a bad name. Y'all can get a bad name. And if a man see he's going to jail, he even lie on you. Say you was there. Poor you didn't know. Right? So that is what is taking place in this country. But I thank God that my daddy sister will never give me bad advice. Never. I thank God. Lord Jesus, I thank you that my pa sister believe that I am his child, that she will never give me bad advice. And I'll tell you that too. She wouldn't give strange people cheering them bad advice. Why do you think I grow my bed? I grow my bed so that I may identify with my dad's last surviving brother. So I grow my bed. And that is what is taking place in this country. It is a wicked country. You hear me? And I'm authorized by all kind of Bahamian family to say to those who are youthful and are accused to call name. Call name. The family, I'll use the quote. The family done in a disgrace, you might as well call name. People just talk to me, you know. They come to me in my dream. They send message. All kind of thing, right? So that's what's going on here. It's a kind of wickedness. And don't mind the F&M as a party is playing clean. They're dirty too. You think only the PLP corrupt? You really think so? If the PLP is corrupt, the F&M is equally as corrupt. Take it from me, because Hubert Alexander Ingram, he's told me who the corrupt PLPs are, and he told me who the corrupt F&Ms are. And so that's what we are faced with. And it's very sad that we are destroying even our relatives, because we have to learn that we should give our relatives good advice. My spiritual advisor, if I was your nephew, would you give me good advice?
Of course I would.
Would you tell me not to thief?
Of course I'll tell you.
Would you tell me to leave the government money alone?
Yes, yes, yes.
You would tell me it's a sin.
You're my brother's child. I don't want no disgrace to come upon you.
And you really would tell me that?
Yes. Keep the family's name straight, man. That's important.
My spiritual advisor, you are a good man.
Yeah, man.
So that's what's going on, right? And I tell you a mystery that I cannot go any further in. There are wicked people there. And that's what goes on. And then there's something that is happening in the country. So I'm going to help the F&M. F&M, you have to now move the Auditor General. Move him. You hear me? Move him. You have to move him. Because there are people who believes that he has the capacity not to look straight. All right? So move him and continue. You see, I try to warn the PLP when they allow senior civil servant to give the treasurer unlawful orders. Always watch that. Always watch when people who know what is true are doing the wrong thing. Guess who they can pull that on? Me. I wrote them more letter. I told the treasurer, I ain't paying no inland revenue because that's against the law. I told her that. I told her that. I say, now who tell you not to accept my money? So she showed me the notice. So I write them. And I told all of them, y'all a bunch of crooks. Why y'all don't want me to pay the right way? But that's because Christian them trust them. They trust those F&M crooks. So as they were trusting them, they collect the government money. And instead of putting it in the consolidated funds, legend has it that they open up bank account. I don't know. Now the PLP is going to get bad names. When I was writing letter, you know what they should have said? I mean the PLP. They should have said, wait a minute now. Let us examine to see if what he is saying makes sense. They listen to the civil servant who say, don't mind Monka, eh? He's crazy. Now the F&M is protecting some of them. All right? You know how many civil servants should be charged? Huh? How the heck I could get the money if the civil servant don't approve it? How I can get the money if you don't share the code? How? Huh? How I can get the money? How? Right? But the F&M has selective justice within means self. But I know, and it ain't right. It isn't right. That's all I want to say about that. And I go on to some other information. But that's what's going on. Let those who can understand the parable, let them understand. Tout le monde haïtien ou judéen m'a parlé parole haïtien. M'a connaît tout peuple yo qui travaille dans finance ministry. Yo volé l'argent. C'est pas possible pour Ginger, pour joindre $40,000. C'est pas possible. Un pile F&M, pas bon. Yo travaille dans Ministry of Finance. Le Prime Minister, pas garder, yo mette chèque là, yo volé un pile l'argent. Le ministre qui a power, ministre pas chercher pour nous, ministre chercher pour PLP yo. That's what's going on, my Haitian people. So I just thought I should say that. My spiritual advisor, how am I coming on?
Great, man, great.
Would you like to comment?
You're sticking with the plan. That's all right.
I'm sticking with the plan?
Yeah, you're doing a good job.
You're going to cause me to go one step further.
Your codes are being read.
This is powerful.
Yeah,
okay.
sticking to the plan.
So, I have the blessing of my spiritual advisor. This is a wicked country. And ministers ought to know that a lot of the allegations that are being put on the PLP is them wicked F&M. Some of whom Papa left. Papa should never have given that man that code. That's the money code. Now, Papa, forgive me. It might not have been you who gave the man the code. But Papa should not. Papa could have seen. There's some Negroes. When I look at them, I could say he's saved. There's some Negroes, when I look at him, I say he's half saved. And then there's some Negroes I'm looking at, I said, boy, I can't tell what he is. He's a slickster. That's what's going on. I know. A bunch of nonsense taking place. Should I leave this alone now, my spiritual advisor?
Yeah.
You think I've gotten the message out?
Let's let time work the rest of that out.
I thank you, my spiritual advisor. It is so exciting when the spiritual advisor agrees with me. I want to go to the Queen Elizabeth Sports Center, where a number of Negro males are employed, and they're being exploited. Here's a case of modern-day slavery. Here's a case where they are not even sure who their employers are. Here's a case where they are reportedly working for something called LCO, the local committee, what's it? I got to find it. But they're not being paid. And I think something is fundamentally wrong, that the Ministry of Sport could be connected and is reportedly providing the committee with the payment, and the workers can't. Last week, Friday, they showed up to be paid, and they were told the money ain't reached yet. What is the name of this group? FIFA or FIFA? FIFA. It's reportedly to have paid. And the Negroes can't get paid. You know what it is to deprive a man for 2 weeks? And I'm told it was only after a threat was made that they was going to reveal confidential information to me that they got Friday's pay, and they were told to come for today's payment. Something is wrong, and I call on the Minister of Sports, Michael Pintard, to check those Negroes who are managing the Chinese auditorium at the Queen Elizabeth Sports Center, and to ensure that those people who are employed are being paid. They're desperate, and they're complaining. I mean, I love to take the complaint, but this morning I was having breakfast with a charming person when my Negro brother showed up, and I had to say to the female, listen, I got to hear what he's saying, all right? People are frustrated. Please pay the people them. That's all I ask. And if you have already given the money to the organization, well, investigate that organization and see if Brother Herboyne and them are paying the people. And if they're not paying the people, then you say to them, listen, we are going to pay them. But to come up with an excuse that the accounts committee is closed down, what that mean in English? The fellow asked me if I could interpret for him what they meant when they say the accounts are closed down. I said, the best I can tell you is that sound like gangsters not wanting to pay you. Come on. I mean, I've never seen this in all my life. Pay the people. The people work. The Bible says when a man work, he must pay him. The man has all kind of expenditure. And they're complaining. They're complaining. Michael Pintard, would you please check to see why the people them who are managing the Chinese gift to us are not paying the workers, man. Oh boy, you all are so mean-spirited. Spiritual advisor, do you wish to comment on that?
No, you're doing a great job.
You think I'm doing a great
job?
job?
You're doing a great job.
Am I correct that they should pay the people there?
Of course, Mr. Monka. Of course.
I don't understand what's going on. Goodness me. I mean, on the and there's another thing. This organization, they have broken the law. On election day, according to the Negro man who's spoken to me on 2 occasions, the last occasion being this morning, they were told that if they went to vote, don't come back. Now that's against the law. You can't tell a citizen that if he goes and vote, he's going to be terminated. All right? You can't do that. Now, there's nothing wrong if you had said to the fellow, listen, let we all boycott the election and join Brother Monka on the beach. But to tell a citizen that if he refuses or if he
goes to vote,
he
shouldn't return.
Don't return. That's against the law. And in a sense you are fighting corruption, I could turn you on to the man who made the allegation. And as a result of that, between 4 and 9 people, according to my Negro source, didn't go to vote because they were intimidated. It's a disgrace. that that could happen in election 2017. That is what their allegations are. It's disgusting. It's horrible. And they're now modern day slaves, and slaves who were threatened that if you go and vote, don't come back. Goodness of mercy. What a country we are living in. I want to do a shout out to Karen Moss and Kenvia Moss. And I met the mother today. She said she's one of the women there. And then she turned to her teenage daughter and she says she's one of the children there. So I told them, well, that means you're going to join me on Saturday, September the 2nd at that great camp meeting. And they told me they are marching. So I want to salute them. And I want to remind Bahamians that we have to have a crowd bigger than the F&M crowd, because the F&M crowd, had it not been for Urban Renewal Band, all right, the F&M would have had a small crowd. It was not as dynamic as I expected it to be. And that is because the people there are now recognizing that it is not their time. F&Ms can't get no contract, no job. Ministers wouldn't move the VAT of the food. And so F&Ms are frustrated. They've now joined the rest of the population. Minister made promises, and he's not delivered up to the promises. People are working, still in the graveyard, can't get their money. These are the complaints I'm getting on a daily basis. And that is why I called upon all the groups to let's march together peacefully. We have the permit. Saturday, 2nd of September. All right? It's about 2 weeks from now. And let's march. Let's march. Let's motorcade. All right? And you all see if you all could convince Hanfield to come with us. Senator, the Honorable Hanfield. I don't know if he could come because he's no longer his own man. He's Minnie's man. Actually, Minnie's wife, first cousin child. And there's nothing like your wife, first cousin child. My wife, first cousin child, was in my house the other day, and I said, woman, who this is? She looked at me, she said, now let me tell you something, hey? This my first cousin child. So I said, well, I'm going to keep out of your family business. So that's what we are up against. People being abused. And it's horrible. People are being abused. Meanwhile, we don't know where Ellison Greenslade, the Commissioner of Police, is. I've been hearing all kind of rumors. Some say he's in Washington. Some say he went to London to see if he liked how London, our embassy looked. Right? All kind of things I'm hearing. And I asked the question to the National Security Minister, where is Greenslade? I'm suspicious. Do you think they have Greenslade locked up in a dungeon?
No, man, he's here. Greenslade is here.
Have you seen him?
Well, the National Security Minister says he's met with him, so.
Well, I have to be careful because you told me the other day that the 2 police officers were fired.
Yeah.
And I've been told that that is not so.
They haven't been fired?
No.
Okay, so they've been placed on leave, eh?
Well, they have 14 days to write a letter.
14 days and up.
Well, I think they should not be fired.
14 days and up, man.
I think they should be given a second
The
chance.
Greenslade is here, though.
You sure?
He is here.
I won't believe it, my spiritual advisor, until I touch him.
Where's your cousin? Why don't you call him?
I used to have the number, but I lost it. Has anyone seen the Commissioner of Police, Ellison Monka Greenslade? Anybody see him? Has anyone seen the Commissioner of Police? I just looked that way, and when I turned back, he was gone. Has anybody seen my dear Commissioner? I need to know, because I don't trust the fellow. And when I come back, I will tell you a story about Marvin Davis. Marvin appears to be the Commissioner of Police.
Freedom March with Rodney Monker. We'll be right back after this. Is Freedom March with Rodney Monker.
Welcome back to Freedom March, broadcasting live on ILTV here in Nassau, Bahamas. My name is Rodney Monker. My spiritual advisor is Bradley Roll. Bradley, you look like some of my family from Forest.
Well, I'm from Exuma, so
It's powerful.
it's possible.
Okay.
But you relate to everybody, so I
But
mean.
of course I am. I'm a human being. And all human
Yes, we
beings
are
are
related.
related.
Yes,
Didn't
we
you
are.
notice that?
From one man, God created all nations of men. So
Amen.
it is
Let
what it
me
is.
start out by doing a belated birthday greeting to Estella Evans. And of course, this is from Dot Lander Store. And then, of course, there's a shout out to Bernadette Hannah, Jacqueline Taylor, Maysdell DeVoe, Helen Cash, and all of the other women there. And this is from Mama, okay? So Mama told me to give you a shout out. And I also want to do a shout out to Max Coakley. Max, I saw your son, Jerome, and he said that you are one of the man them. Max Coakley, I haven't seen you in Black Village in a long time. And then Sheila Parker, she's from Pinedale, Grand Bahama. And I also want to salute Patricia Heboyne. And then there's Andrea Wims, Bernadette Mortimer, Elva Lightburn, and Siobhan Evans. She's your daughter. Siobhan Evans. This shout is from your daughter, Roxlia. And another shout out to Brittany Williams and Ebony Williams. And guess what? They're twins. It's phenomenal. One look white and the other one black. And they're twins. Isn't God wonderful? And then another shout out to Miss Ruth Hutchison, and she is from Palmetto Point in Eleuthera. Ruth Hutchison. Listen, I love Palmetto Point. And I'm going to give you a secret that I've kept. You see them signs stand there? They're my daddy, grandma, family. Okay? So I want to salute you. And I was excited when your son, Albert Hart, he approached me. He said, Monica, I have to tell you, my mother is one of the women them. And that is why I got great excitement when I was told that people from Bimini are heading to Nassau to participate in this Freedom March. So I want other family islanders catch the mailboat and come to Nassau for the march, which is for Saturday, September the 2nd, 2017. Wrong about 5:30, 6 o'clock, we start assembling at the Sudden Recreation Ground for a mass rally. And then after that, we are able to march. Okay? So, and for those who might not want to march, it's a march and motorcade. Okay? So this is powerful, and I welcome all of you. Hello, welcome to Freedom March. Hello? Hello?
How are you today, Mr. Monken, spiritual advisor?
Hi, good afternoon. How you doing?
Great.
Good.
A couple things very quickly. Spiritual advisor.
Hey.
The Tribune on Friday past has a headline on page 3. Case of officers seen drinking on video still under review. So what you told me week before last was not correct. They still haven't been terminated.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, that's what Mr. Monker said. Yeah.
The second thing, Mr. Monker,
Yes?
I noticed with interest today's Tribune headline on the front page. Henfield happy on the F&M's progress. It's quite evident that this man is so blinded with his allegiance to the F&M now that anything that they do, he is not going to speak out against it.
Okay.
The third thing, in that same Tribune, the Insight, a very interesting read, an article by Malcolm Strawn who says the honeymoon with the F&M is over. And that is so true, Mr. Monk, because I think now not the scales, but the whole group are coming off the people's eyes.
What he said?
He said the honeymoon with the FNM is over. This is the inside. And he says the people now
He must have
saying,
meant honeymoon for them who married the FNM.
Right, say the honeymoon has officially ended and the real...
But I say to him, damn fool,
but
you thought you married a woman, eh?
That's right.
You married a big black
bird. I want to
bird.
raise with you, Mr. Monka, today on page 11.
Which
the
paper?
Commissioner of Police, no problem, insists Dames, but Greenslade is out of sight. How can we have faith in this man, who is the Minister of National Security, when he isn't even being truthful with the Bahamian people in regards to the position on the commissioner? He says that he met with Mr. Greenslade prior to the press conference.
Right.
But during the press conference, the commissioner's no-show.
It's missing.
Come on, man. We're supposed to be intelligent people. You know, don't insult people's intelligence by telling us this hogwash. People cannot respect him, Mr. Monka. Mr. Dames needs to be forthright and honest.
Well, let me understand now. In fairness to Marvin Dames, because his daddy is going to case me out tomorrour.
Yeah, but he has to be
So I want to put a
honest with
question to
people.
you.
We need answers. Stop giving
Well,
us...
let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Goodness me, you caused me to lose the question. But essentially, what is your complaint about Marvin Dames? What are you saying that he did wrong?
Okay, he's saying to us, he keeps talking about the commissioner is still here, but he's not telling the public exactly what is going on with Mr. Greenslade. He has this press conference say government ups efforts to tackle crime. You would think that if you are having a press conference and you're talking about dealing with gangs and all this sort of thing, the person who is in charge of the police force should be there, right?
You are correct, and in support of that, you would recall when the woman was murdered on Paradise Island, and Papa took over the investigation. Papa had the then Commissioner of Police, Bernard Barnaby, present at the press conference.
That's right.
All right. So the question is why Greenslade is not there.
You know, so this thing that he's telling us that throughout the briefing, Mr. Dames insinuated the Commissioner Greenslade was present for the planning and review part of the conclave early in the day, but he's a no-show at the press conference.
Well, I'll tell you one thing.
Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles could see what's going on here.
But in fairness, Marvin looks like the Commissioner of Police.
I think he really missed the job, what he thought he should have had, and he needs to decide what job he really wants to do.
Anyway.
But anyhow, Mr. Monko, it's only 2 weeks' time, and we're ready to march.
You honestly, you come in?
Is the Pope Catholic?
His Holiness is Catholic.
The Pope is Catholic, so you know that is yes, so you know my answer is yes.
Well, you are one of the women there.
I am one of the women there, but I will be there, sir.
Thousands.
God bless you, and God save the Queen.
God save the Queen, my Negro sister. Do I have another caller there? Hello, welcome to Freedom March.
What, Morgan?
Sir.
How you doing, man?
Listen, I'm upset. We had 3 murders within 24 hours. And guess what?
Morgan, trust me. I'm upset, and I want you to know. I want you to know that I'm in a group of men.
Yes.
There's 8 of us.
Wow.
Number one, what I want you to know is that we want to provide you with shirts.
Oh,
You need shirts for the march.
Yes.
September 2nd.
Yes.
We will be there.
This is powerful.
Also, if you are, good question. We was just asking, right?
Right.
We want to hear what you think. Who do you feel as though is the best person, honestly, to lead the Progressive Liberal Party?
Philip Brave Davis.
So who was that?
Philip Brave Davis.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mocha. And you know, I think it's a terrible thing what they do in the Greenslade. It ain't good. And
Let me ask you a question.
You need to find Greenslade. I don't know where he is, but this crime thing, he's the best person.
Let me ask you a question. You said you have 8 people.
8 men. 8 men.
I need each of you 8 men to make a commitment to bring 8. Okay?
Sorry?
I want you to bring 8 person and tell each of those men, each of them must bring 8.
Most definitely, sir.
This is powerful.
Definitely. We will be there, and we will. What I need you to do is give me a contact, because we really want to provide you with some shirts.
Okay, take my number.
You know, we don't want to charge you for no shirts, but we
take
really
my number.
You. We are part of the men now.
This is powerful. Take my number.
What's your
434
number?
434
Yes, sir.
57.
Uh-huh.
How old am I?
434.
60.
You're 60. I know that, man. This is powerful.
434.
We listen to you religiously.
This is powerful. 434-5760. Call me shortly after the show.
Yes, sir. Will do.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Morgan.
Okay. Hello. Welcome to Freedom March.
Hello?
Yes,
Hey, were you saying, Mr. Munger?
I'm right here.
That's good, man. Hello, spiritual advisor.
How you doing?
Come on, talk to me quickly. I can give you
All
5
right,
seconds.
We gotta get a place together,
Yes.
and Dave Bravis is not the right person for the.
Who
for the
are you
PLP.
campaigning for?
Excuse me?
Who are you campaigning for?
I'm campaigning for no one, but he is not the right
Well,
person.
if you have no other choice, then have a good day. Bye-bye. Hello. Welcome to Freedom March.
Hello.
Sir.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you. Speak to me.
Man, that march where you all get, you might get about 60 people over there.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
How many kind of time for that, man? It's not the one.
It's not going to be in the day. It's going to be in the evening.
That's voice.
Anyway.
People ain't coming out. They're scared of crime.
No, sir. There will be no crime. All I have is police and security assigned.
Man, you got about 5 more years to talk about this, you know. We just coming power.
Listen, and you all in white copper. The people are
Well,
unemployed.
I see you
Murders
last
are
night.
taking place. And Marvin James ain't know his head from his elbow.
I see you last night with the FNM man.
You saw me? Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm everywhere.
I see you last night with the FM man.
Yeah. Okay. You know me.
He's undercover, man.
I'm always undercover. May I have another call? The FNM is punch drunk. Hello. Welcome to Freedom March.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How are you, sir?
Listen, I'm vexed.
Man, don't get whacked.
I
I
gotta
keep
get
telling you not to get whacked.
Okay. You marching
You
with
gotta
us?
pray.
We will pray. You marching with us?
Yes, I told you that.
Do you have
But
people organized?
I also believe. Hi, spiritual advice. I'm looking at both of you guys.
How you doing?
I'm great.
Great.
But Mr. Monker, I am with the guy who also said that Brave Davis. I don't think he's the one to lead the PLP.
Are you a member of the PLP?
No, sir.
Well, then you see, if you...
But I have someone who I would like to recommend, a young guy, fresh blood, Chester Cooper.
Okay, but you're going to have to join the PLP to ensure that.
Yeah, Chester Cooper.
Other than that, you're playing games.
No, I'm not.
Well, join the party.
I'm serious.
Become a delegate
Yeah.
and vote. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Have a good evening.
Take good care.
You
Bye.
Yeah. Anybody else on the phone? Good. My spiritual advisor, are there texts there?
Yeah, we got
Because
some text.
I want to look at the fact that the murders are climbing under the FNM. And clearly, Dr. Minnis is not adopting the philosophy that he earlier advocated. And the murders are escalating. In fact, if one were to do the statistical analysis, you will find that the murderers seems to commit more murders when the FNM is in charge of the country. And I'm tired of talking about it. All right? I'm tired of talking about it. When are we going to have some meaningful strategy to reduce and to push the murderers back? What text do we
Mr.
have?
Monka, the FNM cutting in every ministry. I hope they are cutting in their pay salaries as well. Hi, I'm not sure what's happening, but the volume is very low. Not sure. Can you check to see if the volume
Y'all
can
make
be turned
sure the
up?
volume is up. The people them are complaining. Listen, the volume is up. The producer said it's up. Go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. Monka, how come you were not on the FNM march yesterday?
I had intended to march. You're not going to believe me. And then some people that I do little work for, I had forgotten that I was supposed to be with them. And they called me at the night hour and said, man, when you going to show up? So I had to show up. And therefore, I missed the march.
Good afternoon, Mr. Monka and your spiritual advisor. Just saying hello from San Salvador. We love your show.
Hey,
We're
San
watching,
Salvador.
And
Thank you.
God bless you.
Okay.
I want to give a shout out to Carsony Culmer, who is one of the women them. And I also want you to make a plea to free James Anwar Johnson.
James Anwar Johnson. Listen, the Bible teaches us that all James Anwar Johnson needs to do is speak truth. The Bible says, the truth shall set you free.
Good evening, Mr. Monka and your spiritual advisor. May God continue to bless you all, a man of good character. Keep up the good work. Hi, Mr. Monka. Please say happy birthday to the former Prime Minister, Perry Gladstone. Christy, we love him, and we are in Bryland.
Christy, the people of Bryland say they love you. They asked me to wish you a happy birthday, and I do. Happy birthday, Mr. Christy. You have any more text?
Mr. Monka, could you tell me what the FNM has done in the first 100 days?
Well, they have been arresting PLPs and throwing them to the wolf. And they have been ensuring that the jury pool is sabotaged. That's what they're doing. I'm watching it, all right? But I've been praying over it. I'm going to sit down one of these evenings, and I'm going to write the Lord Chief Justice and ask him to speak to the country and to tell them, stop poisoning the jury pool. That's what they're doing. It is a masterful strategy to ensure that justice does not flow like a mighty river. That is what they're doing. All right? That is what they're doing. Hello. Welcome to Freedom March. Hello?
Hello?
Yes?
Hi, Mr. Monko.
Hello, my dear. How are you?
I'm fine.
Okay.
The thing is, the people in the PLP, if you learn about the PLP and if you didn't know the things about the PLP, you would know that they don't want Brave Davis to be there as leader. All PLPs know that.
Are you PLP?
Of course I am.
Let me
That's
test
why
you.
I'm telling you.
Let me test
all
you.
PLPs know that.
Let me
It's
test,
just
let me test
we are in
you.
a difficult time right now. We don't have no leader at all. But I'm a PLP, so I'm going to tell you what is what. And the FNM, they are getting things together, and they are about to lift this country up off the ground. Ask Mr. Spiritual Advisor. Y'all have a good day, okay?
You do the same.
Man,
Have a great day.
That F&M good, eh? It's an F&M propagandist. Hello. Welcome to Freedom March.
Rodney,
So,
how you doing?
I'm fine.
I got one problem, bro. Two problems.
Well, just relax.
All right, good.
What are your problems?
That Marvin Davis had a press conference,
Oh, Jesus.
and the COP
Now,
was missing.
what's
Commissioner of
COP
Police.
stand for?
The Commissioner of Police,
Okay.
Ellison Greenslade.
Okay.
I want to let Marvin know he cannot have a low morale on the Royal Police Force that is fighting crime. The police officers that must have a high morale, must be happy, and you must pay them.
Wow.
You understand that, Rodney?
Yes. Now, what is the second one?
Feces are brewing again on Bay Street.
Man, don't talk no nonsense.
Rodney, I've been in front of the pharmacy
Which pharmacy?
downtown.
Nanny.
Yes,
It's
it's starting
flowing.
to come back up.
Well, I
And I was
hope.
trying to call the Ministry of Works to come and fix it before I get out of hand, but I couldn't get in contact
What
with
time?
them all day.
What time the nanny started to flow?
Feces.
I've been there around 10:30 this morning.
Really?
I left around 1 o'clock, and it started to bubble up.
Really? It's-
So that's why I wanted to call Ministry of Works,
Well,
but I
let
couldn't
me
get them.
listen. Instead of doing that, call the office of the Prime Minister. How did it sound?
But I think I will do that next time.
Do
And
that.
a young lady by the name of, she won't give me a name, but she said that she is Jacqueline Moncar. She is
Oh.
the niece of Joycelyn Moncar.
Okay.
To tell you hello.
Hello, cuz.
All right, Moncar, you take care. And
And
the
listen,
spiritual
call,
advisor, you take care of yourself.
do the
but
same.
before
You
you
do the
go,
same.
call the authorities. I really don't want them white tourists to see that.
Well, that's why I covered up with the cones. They got some cones running. I put the cones over it.
Really?
So they couldn't see the bubble.
Really?
And the taxi driver, I think his name is 96 Gomez, he put his taxi, covered up.
Goodness.
Somewhere so he couldn't see
that's
it.
true. I seen those cones.
You see the cones?
Yeah, I seen them.
My
Yeah.
spiritual advisor, who is F&M, is confirming that he saw the cones.
I saw them. Yeah.
Man, the
Yes,
governor
sir. I put the cones there.
after all that marching yesterday,
Huh?
after all that marching yesterday, they're tired. So now he's flowing on Bay Street.
Feces.
All right? You take it care.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Man, the government nasty? Man, you're nasty. You can cause the white people to talk bad
Yeah,
about
those
us.
trains are obviously clogged, so the Ministry of Works has
Hello,
to go
welcome
down
to
there
Freedom March.
and deal with that.
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon, Mr. Moncur.
Good afternoon, my dear.
Good afternoon to your spiritual advisor.
Good afternoon. How are you, ma'am?
Well, I'm a bit confused, sir.
What
Okay.
is the confusion?
I am confused because I would like to know who is the Commissioner of Police. Is Mr. Marvin Dames wearing two hats? National Security, also Commissioner of Police?
Wow.
What has happened to our decent Ellison, Edroy, Greenslade? What is happening with him?
I don't know.
Is he the Commissioner or not?
I
We
don't know.
would like to know. We, the people below East Street Hill, would like to know what the hell happening to our Commissioner. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Listen. The woman down below the hill would like to know where is the Commissioner of Police. I demand to see him. Or come into police headquarters to picket. Goodness of my seat. Isn't it powerful? The woman them are demanding
Yeah.
grain slate. Marvin, let me tell you something, eh? He's a Moncur. Now, whatever you want to do to the grain slate side of him, that's up to you. But don't touch the Moncur in him. All right? We want to see him. Okay? What's going on? You're demoralizing the country. Mind this F&M or something, eh?
Well, that'll be something interesting for you to go and find out what is going on, because I think...
You think Marvin will tell me?
Do we have an acting Commissioner of Police? No, eh? Do we?
Well, I think Mr. Ferguson was acting.
Okay.
Now it appears that Marvin is acting.
No, because, I mean, Grainsville is back, so there should be no acting commissioner.
I quite agree.
Yeah. there should be no acting
Hello,
commissioner.
welcome to Freedom March. Hello.
Hello?
Hi, how are you?
Yes.
What's
Hello?
up? Hello, I'm listening.
Good afternoon, Mr. Rodney Moncur. Good afternoon to your spiritual advisor.
Good
Hi, how you
afternoon,
doing?
my love. Don't listen to the TV.
Mr. Moncur, I heard a lot of people, several people calling and saying that the party do not want Mr. Philip Brave Davis.
Right.
Mr. Moncur, you have to first be a Starboard councillor, and you got to be involved in the branch.
That is true.
Starboard councillors and branch members pick who is going to be the leader.
That is true.
And if the people decide that they want Mr. Brave Davis as leader, there's nothing what the people them could do.
Wow.
The only person, the people got to understand, you have to put seasoned people in, and Mr. Brave Davis is a compassionate person. I don't mind, I don't care what nobody say, you know. If Mr. Davis don't get that, I will vote for Mr. Davis and Mr. Chester Cooper as deputy. I am a Starboard councillor, and I can tell you I can vote. Only Starboard councillors can vote and delegates can vote. So don't mind the noise of the market.
Now you really,
that don't go like that.
Let me ask you a question, because a bunch of F&Ms have been calling me. Are you really a PLP? I'm talking to you. Starboard councillor, are you really a PLP?
Yes, sir.
But I'm going
I'm
to
a
test
Starboard
you.
councillor.
Can I test you?
Yes, sir.
Can I test you?
Yes, sir, I am.
PLP!
Yes, sir.
Jesus, you
Yes,
know.
sir.
She's not a PLP.
PLP!
All the way.
PLP!
All the way I'm with Brave Davis.
Yeah, you're a
All
PLP.
the way I'm with Brave Davis.
Yes, she's a PLP. Take it care. We're about to tell the caller to hold on, because music is about to be played any moment
And the
now.
numbers here to call is 323-7775. That's 323-7775. Some folks trying to reach in, they're calling through the text line.
Okay. Listen, we're getting ready to outdo the F&M Freedom March and We Rise Bahamas. We're going to be marching thousands of people, because we have to tell the F&M that we are prepared to march. That's the price for democracy. That's the price for freedom. Let's march.
Do you have something to say to the senator? Call Freedom March at 323-7775. Toll free from anywhere in the Bahamas at 242-300-0045. Freedom March with Rodney Monker, only on ILTV. This is Freedom March with Rodney Monker.
Welcome back to Freedom March, broadcasting live on ILTV here in Nassau, Bahamas. My name is Rodney Monker. Bradley Roll is my spiritual advisor. There's great fair in the country. I'm going to give you a quick experience of it. On Saturday morning, I received a telephone call from a County Joe Bahamian who informed me that I would be contacted by another citizen because there was a gift for me. They observed here on Freedom March that the gold watch that I was wearing was constantly dropping off my arms. And so I received the call and I agreed with them where we will meet. And they bought for me a wonderful watch. I'm not wearing it today. It is so beautiful. I'll start wearing it tomorrow if it's God's will. So I said to the lady, a County Joe woman, I said, listen, I can't wait for Monday so I can brag over how my people, the County Joe people from the Family Islands, have sent me this watch. And I got a shock. She said, no, Mr. Monker, you can't do it. So I said, why? I want to show off. She said, we are afraid that we could be charged with bribery. So I said, meaning who? They said they were afraid they would be charged with bribing me. I said, no. First of all, y'all can't bribe me. Second, to bribe me, you have to ask me not to perform a lawful duty. This what y'all have brought to me is a love offering. Tell all the County Joe people they can't be charged. And the woman was terrified. So I compromised with her. I said, okay then, I'm not going to call your family name, but I have to call Wayne Monroe to determine whether or not this could be regarded as bribery. Look, my County Joe people, it is not bribery, but I thank you all, nevertheless, for your consideration and for the watch. It's a wonderful watch. I love the watch, and I think it was great. You have to tell all the County Joe people that they are free to bring me gifts and love offering. Okay? And if anything on the farm them, it's not bribery. First of all, I cannot be bribed. Okay? And it's not bribery. Anything given to me is a blessing from the Lord.
What is it?
Huh?
What is it?
They say bribery.
It's not bribery?
It isn't bribery. Huh?
I
cannot be bribed, but I thank all the County Joe people. All right? I thank you all. I needed a watch. Okay? So,
yes, the love offering is appreciated. You did tell them thanks, right?
I did tell them thanks.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is powerful.
Absolutely.
Give me some text for the time being, my spiritual advisor, because Marvin is on my mind. 3 murder in 24 hours. And Marvin, them ain't stopped. Yeah, see, I believe Marvin would be waking. On the 3rd murder, Marvin them should have been there to say no. But it's amazing. All that march they did on Sunday, and not one F&M held up a placard and say no to murder. Go ahead, read some text.
Good afternoon, Mr. Monker. Could you wish the Honorable Perry Gladstone Christie a happy 74th birthday? You did that already.
Happy birthday, Mr. Christie. I just love doing it.
Mr. Monker, do you think that Obi should run for chairman of the PLP. I think Pillin Blue Eye Boy, along with Flying Fred, needs to bow out.
It's democracy. All those who want to run, run. And those who feel like trotting, trot. And those who won't walk, walk.
Good day, Mr. Monka. You're on the wrong wicket again. The Urban Renewal Band was not in attendance. They had the Royal Ambassador Band and the Crusaders Brass Band. Dame Joan and Candy is lined up to give you a good Exuma cut-up. You King George, Negro.
Candy is not from Exuma.
60 years old, frying pan.
Candy is not from Exuma. Dame Joan is from Exuma. And let me tell you something.
They didn't say that.
Let me tell you something. There is only one Negro man who could answer Dame Joan Sawyer. That's me. We all from Exuma. And when Cousin Lena was talking to Mama, I was under the table. All right? Y'all stop it.
Mr. Monka, why don't you ask Mr. Brave Davis to show you the deal he signed to bring Power Secure here? And you was complaining about the power cuts. Leslie Miller was right and Brave was wrong. Do you think, Mr. Monka, oh, Dame Joan is looking for you. So you hiding for minutes, and now Dame is seeking you out. You will be caught just before school opens. The volume is low, Mr. Monka. Can you ask him to turn the volume up, please?
I've told them to turn up the volume. Y'all turn up the volume. The people them say the volume is low, whatever that means. Go ahead.
Mr. Monka.
You all have to turn up your volume. Go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. Monka, don't listen to your spiritual advisor and the F&M woman. Jealousy of Pamela Hill is what caused that, because she makes a lot of money.
And Pamela is learning quickly that we don't like black people. See, Pamela, the Negroes here, they don't like black people. She's learning that quickly, okay? And secondly, the F&M has to go with Folks Green. You know how it's connected? Her brother is a judge of the Supreme Court. Her first cousin, Dion Folks, he's the Minister of Labor. You think they crazy? It's the people's time. And they got to go with Miss Folks Green. Go ahead.
Hello, Freedom March. My name is Stacy Butler. I'm one of the women them, and I live in Cox Bay. I'm ready to march September the 2nd, me and my whole family.
Wow, Stacy Butler. Talking about Butler, I went to see Loretta Butler to find out if she was aware that the office of the leader of the opposition was broken into. And I was shocked when she told me how the police called her, asking her about air condition. Yeah. So I talked to her. I'm analyzing it. Man, she was doing fine. I met her in the garden, just planting pineapple and other exotic fruits and so forth. She's a farmer now. Go ahead, my
Mr. Monica, did you send a shout out to Papa for his anniversary from the 1992 victory?
No, Papa has allowed Philistines to take over the F&M since that victory. But Papa, happy anniversary.
Good day, Mr. Monica. I see here in Bryland the schools look worse than they ever did.
Don't talk no nonsense.
Yeah, when will the government fix our schools, Mr. Monica?
Well, it's the people's time. Just hold on. Minnesota get around to it, okay?
Senator, we the parents at Bryland would like to know why the people's them has not started to do the repairs to the schools.
Ain't no repairs
when the teachers
yet?
are supposed to be coming in on Monday, sir.
That can't be true. Ricky,
what time is it, Mr. Monica?
It's the people's time. Ricky Mackey, you're my good friend. Look out for Bryland, man. For heaven's sake, eh? Go ahead.
Mr. Monica, how come you was not on the march yesterday? I was looking for you. You say you're an F&M, Mr. Monica. Why didn't you come to the march?
I was going to march. I don't want to call the lawyer's name. And they sent for me. All right? And I had to go. All right? So I sorry, God spare my life next year when they celebrate. Who knows? I might show up. All right.
Please address, Mr. Monica, the 52-week children program. We have not been paid as yet.
Yeah.
You're aware of that one, right?
Yes, I'm aware of it. Boy, look, the PLP has to assist in helping these people who are being frustrated. They have to help them out. Okay? They have to help them out. Listen, I'm live on TV. You're calling me the wrong time. Call me 605, okay? Bye-bye. Yeah.
Mr. Michael, we received the report of Bahamian fishermen being held hostage and robbed on Samanaki in the Aucklands area by Dominican fishermen. Reports are that a small boat with 4 armed men came to shore and held the natives and robbed them of everything they had, including their supplies and everything that they catch that week. The men then jumped back into their boat and returned to the mother ship that was waiting not too far away. Mr. Michael, are we in trouble in this country?
Listen, I don't know where the Defense Force boat was. That is very sad. Please report it to the Defense Force. Go ahead.
Good day, Mr. Monk. It seems like the Menace group, the government, them seem to be looking for sympathy after dragging the former PLPs through the mud. Now you're trying to distract the people again. We the people ain't crazy. If it's so bad that they have treated them the way they did, the punch needs to sit small.
Well, have you seen the punch today? It is clear
Really?
that the Prime Minister speaks to the punch. But hold on for a second. When we took the last adjournment, I received a call from a Negro man in Abaco who is complaining over the fact that since the FNM has returned to power, it has been horrible for the Negro people living in Abaco. I want Mr. Ingram to investigate this. He claims that the security work that they were doing has been taken away from them. And that, I'm going to quote him, and that, quote, black people can't get nothing, can't get no work. And he's made a serious allegation against Baker's Bay. He says that unless you catch the Conky Jordan boat to go to work, you have been told that you will be fired. Now, I want all this racial nonsense to stop. Citizens should have the right to decide which boat they will catch to Baker's Bay. As simple as that. And Menace should conduct an investigation. The man told me that he's bringing a boatload of people to join us in this march. He said he's never seen it as horrible as it is. And he has alleged that racial disharmony is developing. Now, this is the Bahamas. We don't have racial warfare. It's the people's time. And for Abaco to have gone so red, it means that the Negroes had to have joined the Conky Joe people in winning the seat. Menace, you have a duty to make sure that Ebony and Ivory work in peace and in harmony.
Live together in perfect harmony.
Yeah. Okay? I just wanted them to know that. Go ahead, my spiritual
Mr. Munker, did you realize that the leader of the FNM said a shout out to you in church yesterday?
Really? What did he say?
While speaking, the crowd went wild.
What did PM say?
I don't know. It doesn't say here. It just says
Did
you need to
he
stop
welcome
hiding.
me back?
You need to stop hiding, and Joan Sawyer isn't scared of you.
I'm not hiding from Joan Sawyer. Okay? Joan is from Exuma, and I am from Exuma. And I say to Joan, what Roll will say, listen, Joan Sawyer.
Don't say that.
Okay.
Don't say that.
I thank you, my spiritual advisor.
Okay, that's all the text for today.
Well, then, go to my phone and read some text here. Because the people there, it's their time. Is there any text there?
Okay, let's see here.
I started to tell you about how Miss...
If there's any text here?
Yeah.
3,360.
No. Don't read them what's up because they're not saved text. All right? You go to the ordinary text. Don't read that.
Mr. Munker, good evening. Tell Dr. Jekyll, Menace, and Mr. Hyde Tanquist, we the people at Clico's waiting for our money. Who are they going to pay off first? The police or Clico?
Man, Menace, you're going to have to print more money. He's going to have to print more money, man. Goodness, we're in trouble. The murders are increasing. People are unemployed. Those who have job can't get paid. What's going on? What's going on? We're in trouble. All right?
Your cousin Dr. Allen birthday's today too, Mr. Monica. Did you realize that?
Which one of my cousin?
Him and his cousin
Which
Perry.
one of my
born-
cousin?
I don't know.
Are you?
Oh, Dr. Allen, your cousin Dr. Allen.
Man, all of my cousin who are Allen is doctor. Must have been Dr.
okay.
David.
Okay.
Dr. David Allen. Do you know him and my uncle got the same name? They're two
Really?
sister children.
Okay.
So he named David and my uncle named David. His name is David Allen and my uncle is David Monica.
Okay.
His sister is Doreen Allen and my auntie is Doreen Allen. The two sisters just got together and they just was naming the children them the same name. Dr. David Allen is my dad's maternal first cousin. You see?
Okay.
Happy birthday, Dr. David Allen. Send me a little piece of cake. What
Yeah,
else?
that's it. That's it.
There's no more text? This is powerful.
That's it.
Well, my spiritual advisor, the investigation into corruption continues. I've been told that they want to talk to me. I don't know what they want to talk to me about. I already made my confession
Who wants to talk to you?
that I didn't thief the air conditioner. I didn't.
They want to talk to you?
I hear they want to talk to me. I think minister them,
Who's the they?
the F&M. Right? Because Loretta is innocent. I questioned her. I said, Madam, not even one air condition? She said, Mr. Monica, I don't play. So I quickly gone to the other side because she's sloppier. Right? So
No, she doesn't do stuff like that.
oh, she don't take
Unless
mess.
unless you're Andre Rollins. Then you could get slapped. Mr. Monica, for some reason the PM did not look too happy on the march. I wonder why.
Well, the crowd was small.
Seemed disappointed with the march.
The crowd was small, and Minnis made a mistake. He knew his F&M. He should have called me in to organize the march. You follow?
Absolutely. Good day, Senator.
Yeah.
Great show today. This is one of the young Negro man, Mr. Robert Sands.
Wow. This is powerful. Are you Sunday, son? Go ahead.
Mr. Monica, good afternoon. When you're ready to hide for a minute, please come down to Berlin.
Wow. It's not a bad idea. Go ahead.
Come down to Berlin. That's it.
That's it?
Yeah, that's the latest free text that came in just now.
Okay. Well, folks, we are faced with all sorts of social problems. I'm very concerned over the fact that Marvin has not been able to offer a concrete solution. I'm prepared to help him, but they don't want to listen to me. There is a way by which we can detect the guns, right? And we are in a state of emergency. And when you are in a state of emergency, there are certain drastic but peaceful action that the police should carry out. Since there's so many guns, we got to find a way. And I'm going to suggest tomorrow what could be some of the possible methods. But Marvin them ain't serious, man. Nobody's serious about the crime. 3 murders in 24 hours, man. 3. And all these patrol cars, all these police. I say call out the defense force. Call out the defense force. And we now need to introduce community police station. There should be small cells right in the community. That's what needs to happen.
Well, I think
a whole man gets shot on Hospital Lane. The people them call the police and say, listen, we hear gunshot. And what the police do? The police were supposed to park the car and about 30 of them just walk along that strip. And they would have found the man in the truck. Huh? Police, I'm not trying to be critical of you, but I'm frustrated. Too much murders, man. Too much murders.
So Mr. Dames has come up with an idea.
Huh?
So let's see what efforts
After
are going to be made to
100
tackle crime.
days, you think If he didn't come up with the idea in 100 days, you think in
Well, now
101 days?
looks like they're going to make a concerted effort to deal with crime.
What he suggested?
Well, they're looking at the various spots where these murders do
Man,
happen.
what
And they're thinking about introducing more police patrol, more, like you say, feet on the ground.
Look, Marvin, we have over 2,000 justices of the peace. A condition of being a justice of the peace is he should be assigned to a contingent of policemen patrolling. All right? I'd like to patrol where the border boys are. My shift could be midnight to 6 a.m. I did it before, you know.
Really?
I used to be chairman of Bain and Grandstown East, and I had some very good police officers, right? We had who? We had Sergeant Gallon Miller and Corporal, what Corporal?
Civil Walks.
Corporal Civil Walks. Yeah. And a number of, what you call those other policemen versus urban renewal? The young fellows who are not really police officers, but they're assigned. All right? And I would say to them, look, let's patrol.
Reservists?
Yeah, in urban renewal. And so they would say, well, you choose the spot. I said, let's go where the border boys them is. And we walk up and down, and I used to have my seal. Once I hold my seal, you have to be law-abiding. And I hold up my seal.
A seal?
Huh? My seal.
Okay.
And I tell them to stop in the name of the
law.
Queen. You know how many people I lock up?
Yeah.
One of the first person I ordered the police to arrest was a woman who caught her husband almost in the very act. And when he stopped at the red light and she was about to attack her husband, I ordered the police to arrest her. And I allowed the husband and the other woman to escape.
In the very act of, oh, okay.
All right?
Wow.
And no, they was driving and she was chasing behind the truck.
Okay.
And there was the red light and the patrol car was across the road and he had to stop. All right? And when he jumped out, that woman was about to wheel up his backside. And I said to the police, listen, arrest the woman. I saved her soul. And the man was able to escape. We need JPs to go on tour with the police. And Marvin, you need to go on tour with the police. Because if Mother Pratt used to put on her bulletproof vest, and she used to go on patrol, I'm willing to, Marvin. I'll take midnight to 6 a.m. Me and a contingent of police. And we'll work Hay Street and all them side corners. And the young people can listen. Because once I say to them, stop in the name of the Queen. And if they don't stop, it'll be me and them. Brothers on the blocks. It's so much murders, man. So much murders, man. We have a wonderful country despite the fact that we have these financial challenges. But we can't keep killing out one another, man. We can't. And then you're only reproducing. You know, baby. All right? Everybody want to use the devil pills. Everybody want to have abortion. They want to make no baby. But meanwhile, you're killing men. And every time you kill a man, that man that you murdered had the capacity to reproduce a nation. And I'm very displeased. I hardly see baby around here. They all go, get married, and make babies. All right? I want to see plenty babies.
Yeah, people are making all the babies. That's what's happening,
Babies.
Mr. Manka.
I want you to stop your racist talk.
No, that's not racist.
Stop it. All right?
That's not racist, but that's
Stop
the truth.
it. Other than that, I'm going to make sure you are sent to the mountain. All right? So that's what we want. It's too much murders. Marvin them ain't talking to y'all. I talking to y'all. Mark my word. This 17th of August, 2017, one day, a hangman and capital punishment is going to return. And we're going to hang murderers. I don't want people to get hanged, but I don't want nobody to commit murder. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's destabilizing. It costs a lot of... I had a cousin. His son was murdered on the 18th of August, 2008. We don't know who killed him. We know who killed my cousin's son. They cut his throat and they shot him in his head. You heard me? And we don't know who the murderer is. The murderer could be walking up and down the place. So therefore, it becomes impossible to forgive. How the heck you going to forgive? Loved one being murdered. Nobody answerable. The police saying no. They even don't forget my cousin's son. I remember it every 18th of August. And that's what we're talking about. So much murders, man. You all should stop it. All right? You should stop it, man. You mean to tell me it's that desperate that you'll kill the man? Can't you just curse him? Huh? But you have to kill a man. Jesus. And when you kill a man, that's the end of the man. And the only possibility is that blessed hope of
resurrection.
Yeah. And only those who
are in Christ Jesus
will rise
to live forever.
Wow.
I mean, everybody's going to rise, but then those who have done evil will rise to be condemned. That's the sad part about that, you know?
Wow.
Interesting.
It is so sad that we are committing all these murders. You know, love. And we see it with the FNM. The FNM isn't demonstrating any love with the PLP. Wouldn't it be powerful if Minnis would hug the first PLP and say to the PLP, listen, you are my brother. We ain't going to deprive you. Minnis, wouldn't it be wonderful if you hug the first PLP and say to them, we will study victimization no more, because we're coming to march against the FNM, because what y'all doing ain't right. This is Freedom March. Take good care. I'll see you tomorrow if it is God's will.
The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by Rodney Monker, his guests, callers, and advisors on Freedom March are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production unit of ILS, the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without the express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2017. All rights are reserved.